The Dajjal calls himself, I am Prophet Isa. But he's lying. Listen to what the Prophet ﷺ said. He said, one night, he was going on Isra wal-Mi'raj, I looked to my right or left, and I see a young man. His hair is nice and long. It comes up to his shoulders. It's neither too straight nor too wavy. And it looks like water is on it, but it doesn't really have water. So it's got really beautiful, silky, shiny hair. And his face, his features is dark, Adami, which means he's got a dark features. And he had two people with him that he was putting his hands on their shoulders. And I liked the way he looked. So I asked Jibreel, who is that? And Jibreel said, that is your brother, Isa alayhi salam. Isa ibn-maryam, the real Isa. He goes, then I looked to the other side and I saw another young man. And this young man, he was one of the biggest sizes that I've ever seen. He wasn't tall, but he was just big. And his hair was very coarse, very rough hair, right? And one of his eyes, the right eye, it was bulging like a grape, but the you know the black part, you know the iris, you know the inside, it's like a sultana. He can't see from it. It's gone, so he can't see from it. It's blind from the right eye. And the left eye also looks unusual. It's got like a piece of meat under it, and it doesn't look normal. I think it even has a different color, but he can see from it. So both his eyes are deformed. They don't look normal. But one, the right eye can't see from it, the left eye can see from it. And the Prophet ﷺ said, oh Jibreel, who is that? And he said, that is Al-Masih Ad-Dajjal. In another hadith, he actually said something else. Said, Isa ibn Maryam is Al-Masih As-Sadiq, or As-Siddiq, which means the Masih, which means the Messiah, but he is the truthful Messiah. And then he turned to the actual Dajjal and he said, he's also the Messiah. He said Messiah, but he is the lying Messiah. So, when the Dajjal comes out, the world is ready for him. And he said that he will come out with 70 Jewish people following him. It doesn't mean that right now the Iranians are going to follow him, or that the Jews of Iran. It could mean that the place where Jews used to live in that time, from that place, 70 people will follow him. Because another hadith, Prophet ﷺ said to us that the majority of the people of the world will follow him and believe him. And he said, among them are the Jews, number one. And I'll explain to you why the Jews. Number two, he said Al-Ajam. Al-Ajam means the foreigners, and usually it means the Romans. So most of the Christians will follow him. And then he said, and a mixture of people, a mixture of different people. Among them are the uneducated nomad people, desert people, who don't have much education. And subhanallah, I'm just quoting the hadith, he said, and also a lot of women will follow him. The Prophet ﷺ says, he will stay among the people in the world for 40 mornings, 40 days. The first day is as long as a year, the second day as long as a month, the third day as long as a week, and the rest of them normal. This hadith is in Sahih Muslim too. And he will stay for 40 days. In the beginning, he'll tell the people, I am Isa, the son of Mary. And the people start following. And they follow him because he also shows miracles. Well, that's what he calls them. He calls them miracles. But Allah gave him certain trials. For example, the Prophet ﷺ told us that he will get to a mountain, a hill, and he will order all of its treasures to come out, and the treasures will be found very easily, as if they're serving him. He will order clouds to come and unite, and he will make the rain fall in lands that don't grow. And the people look and they go, oh wow, he gave us crops, truly he is the Son of God maybe. Right? They start believing he's Jesus Christ. And he starts doing all these things, right? The people who don't follow him, they live in hardship, in misery. They're going to get hungry, they're going to get thirsty. It's very, very hard on them. So the rest start following him. After a few days, what does he say? He says, I am God. I am your Lord. I am God. It's not going to be hard for them to believe that he is God. They just saw all these beautiful miracles apparently. First he goes, I am Jesus. And the Christians already say that Jesus is God. He's part of the Trinity. It's not going to be hard. Do you understand what's happening? Now the whole world is getting prepared for that. Isn't that correct? The Dajjal is kafir, which means he's showing you the wrong thing. Okay? And what will happen is that the Muslims will recognize it and stay away. It'll be very, very hard for them. And then Dajjal will roam the earth.